Well, good morning. Welcome to Debbie's Back Porch. My little 4-year-old great-grand wanted to bake again, so we made some homemade bread bowls. And this video is of our adventure. Here are the ingredients. Please pause and write them down. And if you enjoy our videos, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe and click the little bell and you'll get a notice when I post new videos about twice a week. Now let's get baking.
I want to do a sour face.
A sour face?
Mm-hmm.
You ready to bake, Athena?
This is a sour face.
Okay.
Sad.
That's a sour face? Are you ready to bake? Let me see. Let me see your hands. Clean hands. Let me see your hair. Got your hair tied up? All right, I think we're ready to cook. Let's get started. Okay, Athena, we got to tell people what we got here, okay? And this is 2 cups of what?
Flour.
Flour, that's right, all-purpose flour. And this is 5 cups of what?
Salt.
No, this one. 5 cups of bread flour.
Yeah, 5 cups of bread flour.
That's right. And we're using bread flour because it makes our dough stiffer and stronger. And this is a tablespoonful.
Hey, Mommy, where are we going to cook?
We're going to cook.
Where are we going to cook again?
As soon as I show this, okay?
Where are we going to cook?
I got to get the mixer, and then we'll make some bread. And this is a tablespoonful of sugar.
Yeah.
And 2 tablespoons full of oil.
Yeah.
And 1 tablespoonful of salt. Right. And do you remember what this is?
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know.
It's yeast.
Eat again.
It's instant yeast.
To hold the bread to get all in there?
Yes, to hold the bread all together. And this is 5 teaspoons full.
Well, how we stick for bread?
That's right. We use that for bread. And let's get our mixer. Our KitchenAid, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's kind of slippery.
It is.
Yeah.
What's this? What is this? What did Grandma tell you?
Hard.
Yeah, it's hard. That's right. This is Julia. This is our KitchenAid mixer. Right?
What do we put in?
Well, I'm going to show you. Just hold on.
That's how.
Tina, tell us all about our water. This is 2.5 cups of what?
Yeah. Water.
Is it warm or hot?
Hot.
Warm. We don't want it to be too hot. Okay?
Okay.
Just warm to the touch.
Oh, it smells good.
Okay. So pour it in.
Okay. Nice and smooth.
Not too fast.
Okay. Half of water.
That's our warm water. 2.5 cups. Now,
What?
put in the yeast. Yeast.
Whoa, that looks like sand.
And put in the sugar.
Okay.
And put in the oil.
Okay. I smell it coming out.
Let's make sure we get it all. See, there's still some drops in there.
I smell it.
Okay. Now we've got to put the flour in. And you're going to have to be a little bit careful. No,
salt.
that's salt. We're going to wait and put the salt in last, okay? You know why?
Why?
Because salt and yeast are not good. They don't like each other. So you have to wait and get it mixed up before we put the yeast in. Now, hold on. Grandma's going to get you a scooper.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to feel it one more time.
You want to feel it one more time?
Yeah. Oh, I feel chalk now. I feel chalk.
It feels good?
Yeah, I feel chalk.
Okay.
Thank you.
Here's you a scooper.
Okay.
Now, don't spill. Be very careful. Put it right in there. Okay? Put it right in. Okay. Big scoop. I'll help. Right in. Yeah, that's right. Push it back so you don't spill it.
I need some flour on my hands so the bread can sit.
Yes, we'll get flour on your hands later. Okay, a little more.
Let me wipe them off.
Okay, I'll put a little in.
Thank you.
There you go. A little more. We're going, okay. Now I think I can just dump the rest of it in. Hold on. Let me just add this much in. So that's, I've put in the 5 cups of bread flour. And we're going to put the hook on. This is the dough hook.
Well, when you put that in?
Well, we'll put that in a minute.
Well, we put it in first.
Now let's lift it up.
We have to wait on the stool?
You know, we're going to let it mix.
Well,
I'm going to turn it on real low speed so the flour doesn't fly everywhere. Now, in a few minutes, you're going to, not yet, when it gets all mixed up, you're going to put the other flour in, the 2 cups of all-purpose flour.
and we have to put salt in, right?
Yeah. And then we'll put the salt in. Don't let me forget the salt. Sometimes I forget the salt. You won't let me. No. Okay. Grandma's gonna poke it down just a little bit.
It's getting big, like tons, like up there in the ceiling.
Up to the ceiling?
Yeah.
It would fly all the way up to the ceiling. It sure would. I'm gonna turn it up. Uh-oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit faster. Now you can put the flour in, you put it right down in there. Mixed up pretty well. There you go. More flour. That's right, put it in. Uh-oh. Now see, Granny made the mess. Now, what'd you remind me? What is that? Salt. All in. That's right. Every bit. Poke it down a little bit. Okay, I'm going to turn it off. Hold on a second.
I want to feel it.
Want you to feel it? Hold on just a second. Let's let people look at it. Real close. Okay, you want to feel it?
Yeah.
Feel it.
Oh.
Okay. Now what do? We let it knead. You remember what that means?
What?
We let it all, see, it's mixing, it's loose. It's all come together. Now we're going to let it knead. That means we're going to turn it on speed 2.
I want to feel some more.
Okay, you feel it. That's what it's supposed to feel like. See, it's kind of sticky.
I want to stretch it.
You want to stretch it? See, it's kind of sticky.
Whoa.
Okay. So now we're going to turn on speed 2. And we're going to set the timer for 6 minutes, okay? And we're just going to let it sit there and knead and stir, and we'll be back. It's been kneading about 6 minutes. Now hold on just a second. Grammy's going to show you how to do the window pane test.
Okay.
And I'm going to let you feel it. First I got to get a little flour on my fingers.
I want to put a little bit flour on my finger.
Okay, put a little flour on your fingers. You got it?
Yeah.
Other hand too. I'm going to pinch some off. And it's pretty sticky. Ooh, look, it's pretty sticky.
I see all around here.
I need some more flour. And it's okay. It's supposed to be a little sticky.
Yeah.
But we hope it's very elastic. So we're going to pull it and pull it. Get more flour. Actually, if it's this sticky, I should be putting oil on my fingers, but I've got flour.
I got some flour right there.
You see how I'm going to stretch it?
Yeah, I'm going to stretch it.
No, wait.
I got some flour in my hand.
Okay. Grammy's going to stretch it, and then I'm going to let you do it.
It don't break.
It doesn't break. That's right. It gets thin and thin.
You can stretch it too.
You can stretch it. That's right.
I'll put
And when
my
it
flour away.
thins out enough that you can
One more flour.
see light through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough.
Here you go.
Okay, you want to feel it?
Yeah.
You want to stretch it?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. You try it. See?
Yeah.
You can see through it? That's right. We can stretch it really thin and see through it. Okay, it's time to take our dough out of the mixer. We'll be right back.
Everything we can make
Okay,
handprints.
look what we've got.
We can make handprints too.
That's right, we can make handprints.
Guess
We're going to just spread this out.
after this side.
That's right. We're going to spread it out. And it's kind of sticky, so I
Whoa.
need to turn it over. Let me turn it over. Got my scraper here. Put some more flour. Spread some flour out. Okay, that's good. That's good. And we'll press it down again. You know what we're doing now?
What? On my arm.
We're working flour into the dough because it was sticky. And we don't want it to still be sticky. Okay, you go ahead. Make handprints.
Handprints. Everybody makes handprints.
That's fine. We can just play with it right now. It feels so good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's better than Play-Doh, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Now you're going to have to let Grammy, because her hands are bigger, you're going to have to let me work it into a ball, okay?
Okay. I'm gonna just watch. Watch.
I'm watching.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm silly.
Yes, sometimes, but that's okay.
I'm like that.
Sometimes Grammy's silly, too. We want to...
I want to make handprints.
Well, no, we're done with handprints for right now. You can make handprints after it rises.
One more handprint?
No, not this time.
I want to pick.
After it rises. But you can pinch.
Pen,
Pinch, pinch,
pants,
pinch, pinch, pinch. Whoops, there's a spot. Needs pinching.
pants.
Okay. Okay, now that's enough.
I want to feel it.
Now watch. Remember, put your hands on mine. Put your hands on my hands. And we're going to roll it and roll it. Watch me. Roll it and roll it. We're going to make it tight on the bottom. Make a big old ball. I'm slapping it. Okay, now hold on just a second. You know what we do now?
What?
We put it in our bowl. You remember about the oil in the bowl?
It's soft. You don't have to put it in the fridge.
No, we don't put this in the fridge. Can you pick up that big old ball of dough and flop it in there? Now let's flip it over.
I'll flip it over.
You gonna flip it over? All right, it's kind of big, isn't it? And we're gonna flip it over again.
Flip.
Flip. Okay, no, don't. No pressing. We're gonna leave it in a ball. Well, I guess it's all right to press it a little bit, but you don't need to. Now, hold on. Here's our lid. We're gonna rub some oil on the bottom and put our lid on it. Just close two sides. Nope, just two sides. Leave that one open. Okay, now what are we going to do? We're going to let it proof. What does proof mean?
Proof me rise.
To rise, that's right. No. We need to leave two sides open. Okay, we're going to let it rise. And we'll come back in about an hour until it's double in size, okay? We'll be back. I'm ready. You ready? Let's take it off. Ooh, look. Flour on your hands. So that's been about 40 minutes.
I'll make handprints.
Flour on both hands. Flour on both hands before you make handprints. Flour.
Flour.
Okay, rub your hands together. And we're going to push it down gently. Push. You'd love to make handprints? That's pretty neat, isn't it? You know what makes it rise up like that?
What?
The yeast.
Whoa, look at that.
Yes, let me get a little flour.
Yeah, I want that too.
Well, you have some. There.
Whoa, so it got water inside.
Yeah.
It can make poop noses too.
It does. It makes bubbles.
Yeah.
So we just kind of gently let the air out of it.
Whoa! We can make handprints too.
Yes, we can make handprints. Bubbles. Okay, let's turn it out of the pan.
So I can make handprints.
Well, sure, you can make handprints. Look, there's a lot of it.
You can play with it too.
Yes, I can play with it too. All right.
And then we can.
Okay. See, what's why you have to always wash your hands before we start. Because we put our hands in it. Now, I want you to watch just a second.
I want to make handprints.
Okay, well, you can make handprints, but it's going to take just a minute. Grammy's going to split this up.
Okay.
And I want to split it kind of even.
Well, we can't sit.
So, we're going to cut it into 6 pieces. And so, it's too big for me to weigh it all, so I'm going to cut it in half. Move over just a little. Get it as close as I can. This is very sticky dough, isn't it?
I can sit somewhere.
Okay, I'm going to... Let's weigh this half.
Well, we have weight.
Yes, we're going to weigh it. Let's have a little flour.
We can play with it too.
Yes, we can play with it. So I'm going to do just a little explanation here. I cut the dough into halves, fairly equal halves. Then I cut each half into 3 pieces, and we weighed them and evened them up as much as I could with the help that I had. So we're going to get 6 bread bowls out of this recipe. And you see Athena's learning to weigh. So when we get them, pat it out flat. I'll be right back. Pat it out flat. Patted it out flat. Here, you got a spot here that's not flat. Right there. You got that? Okay, now watch me. Yes, that's right. Roll it. Roll it up. And look, are your hands big enough to do this?
Yeah.
Pick it up and squeeze it around into a ball. Nope, you got to make a ball. Watch me.
No, I can't.
You can't? Hands are not big enough yet, are they? Here. Oops, we got bubbles. Let Grammy get it working for you. We're just going to fold it and fold it under. Watch me. Fold it and fold it under until it makes a ball. Okay. Now you got your hands wet. Okay, this is your ball. This is my ball. Let's get you a little flour. Move your hand, move over. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. There you go. A little flour. Now watch Grammy. Just roll it. Not so hard. Here, just a sec. Let me help you with it just a little. So with each ball, we work a little flour in. Not too much because we want it to stay soft. Just enough so that it's no longer sticky. Then we roll it up into a ball. And you see those spots on the bottom? We're going to make some surface tension and rub them around on the board to make sure that we get everything tight and tidy. Now that rolling and making surface tension helps the bread to stay nice and round as it bakes. When Athena and I get all 6 of these done, we gotta put some parchment paper down.
Should I get thick on there?
Yeah, so it looks thick. Turn it over. Because we don't want it, we got a big pan here because we don't want them to touch.
Touch me.
We don't want them to touch each other. Like that. Okay, now can you very carefully pick one up, put it right here in the middle. Okay. Hand me another one. We want to spread these out so that they don't touch. Now Grammy's going to cover these with some plastic and let them rise again.
Let me do it.
Hold on, you can help. So we're going to cover these loosely with plastic wrap just to keep them from forming a crust. And then we're going to let them rise again for about 30 minutes. And we'll be back. After the rise, they're all nice and big and puffy. Athena said they were giant enormous. We're going to egg wash these very carefully all the way around. That's 1 egg beaten with 1 tablespoon of water. Then with a razor blade or a very, very sharp knife, we're going to cut an X into the top. Now the purpose of cutting the X is because as these cook, they're going to erupt and break out, and we want to direct that. We want them to go up. And as I look at these, I realized, weighing with Athena is kind of a hard job. Now I have a squirt bottle here with just clear water in it, and we're going to simulate a steam oven. We're going to start doing that by just spraying a light spray of clear water, clean water, over the top. We're going to put this in the oven, which is preheated to 400 degrees. And then I'm going to spray in the oven. You see that steam coming up? I'm going to set the timer for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I'll do that spray again. Then I'll set the timer for 25 minutes, and we'll check our results. And after total baking time of 30 minutes, this is what we've got. Now we want to check our temperature, as we always do, and we want these to be to about 200 degrees. These are not enriched with bread or milk, so 190 to 195 is fine. They're kind of small. It goes right up to 200 degrees. I want you to hear this nice crustiness. And see the crisp brown bottoms. Now these are going to go in a rack and cool all the way down to room temperature before we cut them. So to turn these into bowls, we want to cut them, and you can use a serrated knife here, but this is a really sharp ceramic knife and it works just fine. And this is how I do it. I cut a little bit right around the top. I don't try to cut into it deeply. I'm just going to break the crust here and sort of form the opening. Cut it around very shallowly. Then when I get that crust, that top crust off, I'm going to break the inside up a little bit, being careful not to go deep, because this is really, really soft bread. It'll just pull out. We're just going to kind of form the shape that we want it to pull out in, the shape that we want to leave, the bowl shape. So I just cut across it to loosen it up, and then you can just start pulling it out. Now the trick here is to make a bowl big enough for your soup, but not to make the outside so thin that the soup will work its way through. You generally use a bread bowl for a creamy type soup or a chowder. And this is a grapefruit spoon, by the way. I use it just because it kind of cuts in there easily. You don't actually have to use a grapefruit spoon. You can just do this whole thing with your fingers. And you get a bowl that's strong enough to do that if you use the bread flour. If you use all-purpose flour, the texture is a little bit different. It doesn't pull out quite so easily and hold its shape. The 4-year-old Athena wants a little bite of bread, so I gave her some that I pulled out. And you don't have to throw these away. You can do anything with them. You can dry them out and make breadcrumbs for using later in your meatballs or the meatloaf. So this one's ready. We're going to fill it up and I'll be right back. So I've filled this with some chicken corn chowder, put a piece of cheese on top, and melted it under the broiler. I hope you try these bread bowls, and I hope you like them. And I hope to see you again tomorrow when I make chicken corn chowder.